Welcome to the NBA Draft 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Silver.
Welcome to the 2021 draft at Barclays Center, home of the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Liberty.
Yay.
It's wonderful to be here with all of you in person, not virtually.
Don't ever remind me of this again. I don't ever want to think about 2020-21 again. I don't want to think about masks. When this is all over sometime in the future, I don't ever want to see a movie set in this timeline. I don't want to read books about this era. I just want this to be done. Adam Silver was excited. He announced Cade Cunningham with like a little more juice than normal. I think Adam Silver like jacked off or something before he went out there. Like he was hot.
The Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham.
He has not heard of the Delta variant.
I mean, he's talking like, hey, we got through it, didn't we? It's like, Adam hasn't read the news. He's been very busy lately. Let him be in that piece of ignorance that he has. Some big trades happened today before the draft even started. First of all, number one thing, 10 a.m. Pacific, 7 hours before the draft, Woj ruined the draft. Tweeting, ESPN sources, the Detroit Pistons have landed on a decision to select Oklahoma State's Cade Cunningham with the number one pick of tonight's NBA draft. ESPN and ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern, with a little plug for the corporate overlords, just so like Jimmy Pitaro isn't that mad. Come on, dude. What the fuck? I actually hate this. Because here's the other thing. He did this, which is like a strong, the Pistons are, in 7 hours from now, gonna take this guy. And then on draft night, he starts talking about like Indiana is thrilled that Chris Duarte is available at number 13. It's like all of a sudden he's like gets all mystical. Spurs have been targeting. Well, he's used that one before, but Charlotte gets a surprise at number 11. I'm actually mad at you, Woj. I'm mad at you, but I can't quit you, and I'm still here, and I'm still thinking about you. That's the kind of hold you have on me. Okay, another big deal that happened before the draft. Russell Westbrook is heading home to the Los Angeles Lakers. So the Wizards traded Westbrook, second round picks in 2024 and 2028, which is like, who cares, to LA for Kuzma, KCP, Mana from Heaven, and Montrezl Harrell, and the number 22 pick in this year's draft, who turned out to be blah, blah, blah.
Isaiah Jackson. Blah, 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 works.
All I know is the spacing is going to be fucking wild, folks. Everybody is going to be standing near the basket next season. Folks, the Lakers need a shooter. Let's get them that robot from Japan.
For some reason, NBA Twitter has zeroed in on Russell Westbrook, and it makes so little sense because the dude is, by all accounts, a very good guy. He does help his team.
Oh, I love this. This is what I like. This is the take.
He does help his team win. They still need shooters, but he fills a void for a team that was probably a little lackluster. And if you wanted Buddy Hield over him, literally, like, get fucked. So that's my take.
I'll just say this. I do like the take that everybody hates Buddy Hield and everybody loves Russell Westbrook. Like that, at some point, that should matter. If everybody who plays with a guy is like, fuck that guy, and everybody who plays with another guy is like, I love him, maybe it's not the worst. Welcome home, Russ. I can't wait to see it. I think it's, as you noted, it's going to be great content. Interesting strategy tonight from ESPN to have two telecasts, one on ESPN proper, that was like the nerd telecast, right? So it's like Jay Billis and Perkins.
Which is weird.
Jay Billis will be like, Cade Cunningham, he is the reimagination of LeBron James. He's not going to blow you away with his athleticism, but his decision-making, his shooting, the way he does a little bit of everything on the court makes him such an exciting prospect. And then Perk will be like, you're looking for the head of the snake. I look at Cade Cunningham and I say, that's either the head of the snake or the tail of the snake. And both look the same because they're both on the ends of the snake. But then you get a little bit closer and you say, I see one has eyes and a mouth and two little nostrils, and one just as long with like a little tiny butt. And that's not you want the first one. I want the head of the snake. Anyway, so that was one channel. And then the second one on ABC, we had the cool telecast that included like interstitial interviews with family members and little like bio B-roll. And that was hosted by Kevin Nagandi, Chiney Ogwumike, and Jalen Rose. And that was like the cool kids one. Why was that happening? I just am confused why you would compete against yourself if you are not the Olympics. The Olympics, it's like you've got skeet shooting, badminton, volleyball. This is just like the same thing. Here is Kendrick Perkins getting lost in Moses Moody's name.
When you look at Moody, Moody.
My favorite part is Richard Jefferson throwing the life preserver in right here. Right there. He's like, fucking Perk, grab it! And then Perk is just like, Moby, Moses, Modi Do, he's just fucking like drowning. Anyway, best wishes to Kendrick Perkins, who may have had a very, very minor seizure during the telecast. Technology is transforming our lives. Should I do this as Gary Vee?
You know, kids ask me all the time, what about technology? I'm 21 years old. I don't know what to do with my life. Drop out of school now and buy 15 cell phones. Within 3 months, you will have $250,000 to start your business.
Speaking of disrupting the economy, why are we putting trainers out of work? This is off of the Hand in Yo Face Hoops TikTok, which is a marketing TikTok to sell this item, which is a black hand in yo face. Now, several things going on here. One, I feel that I have to say the obligatory, why does the hand gotta be black? I have to say that, get that out of the way.
This plays into the stereotype that white people don't play defense.
Right, which is horrendous. Have they not struggled enough just to get into the league, and now they have to deal with this? Two, think about the trainers on Instagram, on TikTok, who are gonna be legitimately put out of fucking business by this. This is like the Amazon drones that deliver stuff to you. Is the Amazon delivery job a great job? No, but is it a necessary job for some people? Yes. Some people need to train, and wouldn't it be great to have that, you see that hand coming towards you? That's part of it. And then the third thing is, if somebody trains like this all the time, just leave them open. Wouldn't they just like shoot 15% on open shots because they're not used to like peeking around these black fingers? I just can't believe people will do this, but they won't do, like Ben Simmons won't do the granny free throw, but people will do this. Also, is this product not actually simulating you shooting over someone who is shorter than you? Like, that's the other thing, is if the hand is outstretched and it only comes to here, then it's like a person like this.
Or what's flawed about this is literally accounting for like Shane Battier, and that's it.
Right, they don't go for the ball. It's an interesting idea. Wait for Hand in Yo Face 2. They've got a lot of wrinkles to work out with Hand in Yo Face 1. iPhone 1 compared to like iPhone 4, it was not the same. Hand in Yo Face 1, they've got to figure it out. Let's talk about this robot that shoots threes and half-court shots and free throws. Yo, what? The moving I have not seen yet. Okay, we've seen a lot of these types of videos over the years from Boston Dynamic. We've seen the dogs and the different dancing people, dancing robots and stuff. I think whenever we see these, people go, oh my God, have you not watched Terminator? Have you not watched iRobot? Have you not watched any of the many movies about computers and robots that come alive and then they kill us all and then they build a whole robot society and use us for batteries and then we're fucked? I used to really worry that was going to happen. More and more, I'm convinced that there's like a dozen brilliant scientists who are desperate to get laid and they are making robots that they can fuck. People are fucking robots right now in the halls of MIT. There is a robot that is being fucking railed by some doctor slash scientist slash robotist. There is like a 115-pound nerd blowing the back out of a fucking robot right now in Cambridge. It's happening.
The robot revolution, doesn't that make them even more scary in a sense? Because they're coming to take us over and probably going to do awful things to our...
Yeah, I guess that could be the case. These scientists are fucking the robots right now. They're fucking them now. When will someone write that story? The Intercept, ProPublica. Get in there and find out what's going on with these fucking robots. Robot hate. In France, a country that covers 100% of its people medically with an interesting hybrid public-private structure, they have horses come in and visit people who are on their literal deathbeds. This popped off on the internet the other day. All things interesting. In France, a beautiful 15-year-old stallion named Peyo often comes to comfort and soothe terminal patients at Tecker Hospital in Calais. The horse chooses which patient he wants to see, kicking his hoof outside the door. Now, I hope this brings people comfort in their final moments. I really do. I question how this decision was arrived at. Are there some people who find this wonderful? Yes, I'm sure there are. Are there other people who absolutely hopped up on pain-killing drugs, probably can't give full informed consent when someone comes in and says, can we let the horse in? Like, would you even like know what that meant? That's wild. And then 3, does the horse have too much say? I think the horse is too much in the decision-making process here. Like, if the horse kicks at my door, what if I don't want to see him? Maybe I don't want to see this 1,500-pound animal an inch from my face just staring at me. We don't live in a horse-centric society. We don't have a deep horse culture here. So this may work. I'm just saying, this shit looks wild to me.
Is there an animal that you'd rather see on your
Yeah, whatever happened, like dogs. Now, see, that's the thing. If there was a dog, people would just be like, oh, this is great. Different strokes for different folks. This feels weird to me. Because the thing is, you're not really in control of the horse. The horse is just like deciding to be cool. And if the horse decides to not be cool, that's kind of like, there's nothing anyone can really do.
Is there a worse animal than a horse to see? Is this the worst?
I mean, like any kind of predator animal, chimps, any of the great apes, I think I'm out.
Hippos are scary.
Hippos are bad. Like, how'd you even get it here? This is not about the horse or the patients. This is about whoever was like, hey, weird pitch, but can I bring my horse into the hospital? I don't like it. The Olympics are going on, of course, and the finest athletes in the world are banging it out on beds made of cardboard.
The beds are meant to be anti-sex. They're made out of cardboard, yes, but apparently they're meant to break at any sudden movements. It's fake. Fake news.
In other words, the cardboard beds are very strong. Are the beds made of cardboard? Yes. Now, the discovery of this went slightly viral when it was thought that this was done because it would keep people from having athletes from fucking. Every single Olympics, someone does the story of the condoms, right? That happens every year. It's like, oh man, here's the fucking condom dispenser at the Olympic Village because hot people that are in good shape, they be doing stuff. This year, obviously, COVID is a concern. We don't want people getting too close to one another outside of their respective pods. So it was thought that these beds were created to keep people from fucking. That turned out to not be the case. That said, a bed that breaks would not keep anybody from fucking. Like, the human race evolved over the course of like 1,000,000+ years because we will fuck anywhere. It doesn't matter where, who's watching, what the situation is, how far away your parents are. It will just happen and you will do it. And that's how we have survived as a species, and thank God. Cardboard boxes would not. 2 pumps and then it breaks. Like, you'd fuck through that, right? It's the Olympics. Before you have your own place, I think people really forget the hoops that they would run through in order to have sex. Like crazy shit. In closets, in cars. Even fucking a car, it's the worst. People do that. People have fucked in cars willingly. Fucking in space, it's happening right now. People have fucked in space. I guarantee you it has happened.
For sure. Zero gravity, like...
I mean, wouldn't you just be like, hey, what are you thinking about, just for science, knocking one out? It's happened. Guarantee it. The Russians have certainly done it. Anti-sex beds, it was overblown. But I like it in the sense that I think cardboard for building structures for an impermanent event is probably ecologically sound.